So I recently posted a video that seems to have stirred up a bit of a hornet's nest in the comments section. In that video, I explained why I basically never used automated return to home on my DJI drones to bring the drone back when I'm done flying, because normal return to home takes a lot longer to get back. And I also said that I can wait longer to bring the drone back because it burns less battery to fly back in sport mode than to wait for return to home to bring it back. And the people in the comments have been losing their minds over it. One person said, in all caps, "I could not disagree more. This video is so wrong as wrong could be. No optical avoidance protection when landing in sports mode. Ridiculous. I'm not being a hater at all, but in my opinion, you cannot be more inexperienced than wrong. Boo. I am a pro working pilot with my certification for many years. Run for your life from this guy's advice. Total nonsense in every way is this advice." And somebody else said, "My fuel light just came on. Better floor it to be able to make it to the gas station." This is the same logic as what you're suggesting. Well, not actually, but some of the more rational commenters did make a good point, which is that, as one of the commenters said, the most efficient speed isn't max speed in sport mode. For most drones, it's about 65 to 70% top speed. And they actually might be right about that. So that made me curious. Does flying back in sport mode instead of using automated return to home actually use more battery than return to home? And does it actually take less battery to fly the same distance in normal mode than in sport mode? I don't know, I haven't tested it. So that's what we're here to do right now. We're going to test it out. So I'm going to be testing this out with the latest and greatest from DJI, the brand new DJI Air 3S. First off, I'm going to test out normal return to home mode, where it goes up to a preset altitude, flies back, and then flies down. Then I'm going to test out flying back manually in sport mode, then flying back manually in normal mode, and then finally the optimized return to home mode on the Air 3S. And for each of those, we'll test out how many percent it drains the battery to cover the same amount of distance, as well as how long it takes. So we got the drone out to where we're going to be flying back from. It is about 2,000 feet away and at about 100 feet above takeoff point. Now I do have my return to home altitude set at around 300 feet because there are some power lines just under 300 feet and we wouldn't want to run into those. In a real use case, I would have this set to more like around 400 feet because there's really tall hills around here, but in this case, 300 will work. So here we go. We are 80% battery. We're going to hit return to home, and we're going to throw up a timer on the screen, and we'll see how long it takes to get back and how much battery it burns. So there we are, up to 300 feet already. Now, as you can see, this is capping out at around 26 miles per hour in normal return to home mode. That's well below the speed that you can fly at even in normal mode when you're not returning to home. And as you can see, now we're coming directly over my location, and it's going to come right up above me and come fully to the home point and then start descending straight down. And here it is. We're going to cancel return to home as it is just getting ready to land. So that burned about 5% of the battery and took about a minute and a half. Now we're going to take it out to the end of our test range and try again in sport mode. So here we go, round 2 in the same spot at the same elevation. We are going to switch into sport mode, start our timer, and here we go. Starting at 69% battery. See how much we drain it. Coming home in sport mode, going about 40 miles an hour. To come right over top of these power lines, and to make it fair, we're going to also go up to 300 feet, even though I probably actually could have flown under those power lines. So now we're under the power lines, and we can start descending as we come forward. And here we come right into our location. And there we are, 44 seconds, and we only burned 3% battery, or if you count it from 70, which it knocked down to 69 just before we started recording, that would be 4% battery. So we used less battery and got home faster than with return to home. just as I said in the video. So far, 1 point for me, 0 points for the haters. By the way, if you want to learn how to create the most cinematic drone videos, I have a completely free 45-minute training where I share my top 10 secrets to creating cinematic drone videos. Again, it's completely free and link is in the description. Back to our video. Now, I do think a more likely point that some people made is that you actually might get better energy usage flying manually in normal mode than in sport mode. So that's what we're going to test out next. Again, we're at the same location, same altitude. This time we're going to flip it into normal mode. Starting at 58% battery, we are going to start the timer and fly back, this time in normal mode. Again, we're going to go up to 300 feet. And here we are capped out at a significantly lower speed. There we go, 300 feet, flying over the power lines. And we're going to rapidly descend toward our home point. And here we are descending a lot less rapidly. Boom, there we are, 55 seconds, and it took 3% battery, just as in sport mode. So we used the same amount of battery, but it took 10 seconds longer to get back. So all in all, so far looking pretty good for sport mode. And our final test is the optimized return to home mode. So we are again in the same spot at the same altitude, and to test that out, we're going to come here into our settings, go down to safety and switch advanced return to home from preset to optimal. And we're starting at 47% battery, starting the timer now and engaging return to home. And it is trying to figure out where it should go. It's really struggling with this. Okay, made up its mind finally. Let's see if it tries to go over or under the power lines. I may have to cancel this if it tries to run into these power lines. Oh boy, there they come. Woo, right under them. Wow. I wonder if it knew they were there or if it just was lucky and went under them. And there we go, now it is ready to land. We're at 1 minute and 22 seconds, and that has burned 5% battery. So that is marginally better than normal return to home, but it is still beat out by flying home manually in both normal mode and sport mode, despite the fact that it didn't ascend to 300 feet like with all of our tests and flew home under the power lines. So what exactly do we learn from all of this? Well, first of all, despite what is apparently popular belief, while sport mode does burn the battery faster in terms of battery percentage per minute, it doesn't actually seem to burn it much, if at all, faster in terms of battery percentage per distance flown. And this also highlights the main reason that I think automatic return to home is so horribly inefficient. Not only does the drone fly more slowly while it's traveling horizontally, but it ascends and especially descends far more slowly than you can manually in sport mode. And the reason this makes such a big impact on battery usage is because a drone is not like a car or even an airplane where it takes minimal battery usage to stand still or glide or go slowly. With a drone, it is putting out a significant percentage of its maximum power output just to stay in the air, hovering statically in one position. It certainly does use more when it is flying forward at its maximum speed, but it's not like it doesn't use any energy when it is just hovering or flying at a slower speed. And even when it is descending, it is still using a significant amount of its total power draw because it needs to keep the prop spinning to keep the drone from falling like a rock. And this fact means that being in the air for less time to cover the same distance basically cancels out the extra power draw of going faster. So is all of this testing super useful? Maybe, maybe not. It definitely shows that it is more efficient both in time and battery percentage to fly back manually even in sport mode, and that is the reason that I basically never use return to home. And it's also just an interesting study in how quadcopters work. And I think safe to say I won this round with the haters. By the way, if you guys want to learn how to create amazing amazing professional drone videos with whatever drone you have, whether that's anything from one of DJI's mini series or even the DJI Neo, all the way on up to their higher end drones like the Air 3S and Mavic 3 Pro. I have a completely free 45-minute drone filmmaking training, which I will link down in the description, where I share my top 10 secrets to creating cinematic drone videos. Again, that is completely free, so make sure to check that out if you want to create cinematic drone videos. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to see more content like this, and we'll see you in the next video.